Hearthstone's next mini-set has been revealed, Maw And Disorder, coming out on September 27th. I'm Uncorrupt, and we're going to take a look at the cards. Right off the bat, we have a Druid card. Due Process. For the rest of the game, players draw an extra card at the start of their turn. I really like this card in Druid, I think especially for aggressive archetypes. It puts me in the mind of Beast Druid. The fact that it's a nature spell is going to allow us to be able to activate our Herald, and it also kind of makes sure that we don't run out of resources. We don't necessarily have to hit a composting to be able to continue to draw additional cards. I think this card could be good enough to see some play. It's really just going to depend on whether or not allowing our opponent to draw additional cards is going to be too much of a drawback. Next up, we have Murder Accusation, 2-mana rogue card. Choose a minion, destroy it after another enemy minion dies. I'm really not too sure about this card. I don't think Rogue is necessarily looking for removal as much as it's looking for card draw. At least at this point, it doesn't look like it really enables any kind of new archetype, and I'm not sure that Rogue really wants to run additional removal anyway. I'm going to say that this card probably isn't going to be good enough. Next up, we have a Shaman card, 1 mana, Totemic Evidence. Choose a basic totem and summon it. Infuse 3 totems, summon all 4 basic totems. This is looking to support the new archetype of Totem Shaman. Again, it doesn't look like it's good enough. Totem Shaman needs additional support in the form of lethality, more so than just being able to summon more totems. A little bit too inconsistent in my opinion, and I'm not sure that this is going to be enough to put Totem Shaman actually into the meta, but it is possibly a step in the right direction. We'll see if they get additional support from future cards in the mini set. Some neutral cards have also been revealed. Here we see a 3-mana 2/5 Tight-Lipped Witness. Secrets cannot be revealed. Secrets really aren't all that good, even though that both Mage and Rogue received additional help for their secret passages with Murder at Castle Nathria. Neither deck has proven to be good, and neither deck has proven to be enticing for the community to want to play these decks. They're just not fun. I don't think this card is going to be all that great. It's a bad tech card against bad decks. It's probably never actually going to see any play whatsoever. Up next, we have Afterlife Attendant, a 3-mana 3/4. Your infuse cards also infuse while in your deck. This card is a little bit interesting. I like the idea of being able to infuse my cards while they're still in the deck. I think it takes away one of the main drawbacks of infuse. The problem is once this minion's removed from the board, it's no longer going to have an effect on the minions that are still in your deck. And I really don't think it's going to be good enough to see play. In general, neutral cards just aren't that great. And I don't feel like this breaks that mold in any way whatsoever. Probably not going to see a whole lot of play with this card specifically. Soul Seeker, a 5-mana 3/3. Battle Cry, swap this with a random minion from your opponent's deck. This card is a little bit interesting. It kind of follows the theme that we've seen in Murder at Castle Nathria, where they're trying to allow us more ways to be able to disrupt our opponent's game plan. In the end, I feel like it's just too random. If you spend 5 mana and you pull out a 1-drop or a 2-drop, you're going to be very, very sad. You know, if you hit a Denathrius or if you hit, you know, Onyxia or some other high-cost card, you're going to be really, really happy. So just a little bit too much variance for me. If you're serious about winning games, this card also not going to see any play. And finally, the cards that everybody's interested in. 2 Legendaries have already been revealed. Here we have Sylvanas the Accursed, 6-mana 5/5. Battle Cry, destroy an enemy minion. Infuse 7, take control of it instead. Sylvanas in Classic Hearthstone was actually just a terror. The card had to be nerfed. It was way too good for Classic Hearthstone, but these days, I'm really just not sure that this card is going to be good enough. Just being able to destroy your opponent's card, it's a 6-mana, single target removal with a 5/5 body. That doesn't sound great. Infuse 7 is going to be hard for a lot of decks to be able to accomplish, and even then, taking control of an enemy minion, unless you get something really, really good, it's just not going to be worth it. I'm afraid that Sylvanas is no longer going to be good enough to see play within the current meta. And finally, we have the biggest of boys, the Jailer, a 10-mana 10/10. Battle Cry, destroy your deck. For the rest of the game, your minions are immune. This card, I find it hard to be excited about. 10 mana is just really, really expensive. Very few cards that cost 10 mana actually ever see play in Hearthstone. They have to be really good. This card in particular, I'm not sure where I land on it. I kind of think that it's not going to be all that good. If you have an existing board and play this, it feels like a win more card. You're probably already winning the game if you have a board, and so playing this, you may actually even have better plays where you can just end the game and win on the spot. At the very least, it feels like it comes across as a win more card. Now, if you play this for 10 mana and you have no minions on board, then you basically have a turn where you spend 10 mana and do nothing, and you're maybe actually just dead next turn. Druid might be able to take advantage of this by playing this early in some type of ramp Druid deck, and then being able to take advantage of it with, you know, being able to flood the board very quickly with something like a Scale of Onyxia. But at the end of the day, I'm really just not sure that this card is going to be good enough to see play. It's too expensive. It feels like a win more card, and it feels like that 10 mana could actually be better spent on doing other things. This was a first look at the Maw and Disorder mini set, Hearthstone expansion that's going to be coming out on September 27th. As more cards are revealed, I'm going to continue to review those cards. Again, I'm Uncorrupt. Thank you for watching.